So let's take a little POV ride in the new Tacoma. It's been a little while since I shot one of these, and you know, I have people asking me, how does it drive? How does it ride? How's the power? What's it like with that new 4-cylinder turbo? So, you know, there's really no better way to show you guys that than to just get out on the road and let you experience it through my eyes. Now, you are sitting about 2.5, 3 inches above my eyes, so keep in mind your perspective is a little bit higher than mine, but nonetheless, you get the idea. You can see out the front and the sides and all that stuff. By the way, really love these side mirrors. They are great for saving your wheels and your tires, for scraping up against stuff. Must have, gotta have these. And there is a link down below if you want to check it out. Anyway, out here, honestly, just taking a cruise. We're gonna do a little bit of a circle, if you will, and we'll go over rougher roads and smoother roads and really rough roads, just to kind of give you an idea of what it feels like in the truck. I am running pedal commander in here, by the way, just so you know, so that when I talk about acceleration, I've kind of got that extra oomph with the pedal commander on Sport 3. Now, the road we're on is a coarser road, I guess I'll say. And you might hear a bit more noise on this road than maybe others. You'll hear it kind of go away in a second as we get onto a smoother road. Let you guys kind of hear it a little. And now we're on the smoother road. I am running aftermarket tires, so it's not really a fair comparison as to what you may get with stock. Kind of wanted to point that out a little bit so that you guys know exactly what it is that I'm doing. I'm running Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws, the best and smoothest tire that I've had, the best one that you can put on the Tacoma, in my opinion. I probably will never go with anything else because I've had the BF Goodrich KO2s, I've had some Duratrax, I've had Nitto Ridge Grapplers, and of course all the different stock versions they put out. These are the best in my opinion. Looking at the inside of the truck, you guys can kind of get a little bit of a view, I guess. I've got this gorgeous gauge cluster to look at. I keep mine on the more aggressive, I guess, sport themed gauge cluster. Everything just pops a little bit more. I'm running right now the average fuel economy, which has been sitting at 18 now for a little while, so I'm not really improving much. Maybe I'm gonna be at 18, I don't know. On the left, I've got the tachometer, and then what I always like to keep over there is the tire pressure, because I'm one of those tire pressure junkies, I guess. You know, the worst thing I think that can happen, or one of the worst other than the car or the truck just dying, is having a flat tire and having to screw around with that while you're out running around. So I always make sure that the tires are up and that everything is inflated properly before I take off. And I will say, given this environment that I'm in, it's really hot, and then sometimes it gets cooler, not really cool. I do seem to lose tire pressure frequently. Every few days I have to kind of top it off, so it is something that I like to be aware of. Obviously, there are other options and things you can put on the screen if you want to. On the right side, we've got really kind of redundancy, I guess. I've got a digital speedometer as far as having an arm that goes around a gauge, and then on the left I've got the readout digitally right in front of me. I really probably should switch that other side. I don't really need 2 speedometers as I'm out cruising around, but hey, you know, it's the way I have it set right now. This did come with a dash cam up there. I haven't used that much. I need to get into that. I had the same camera on the last Tundra that I had. I believe it was the Tundra, and I used it, tried it a little bit. Honestly, it wasn't very user friendly, and we are on the rougher road, by the way, so I'll be quiet for a second. You guys might hear a little bit of a high-pitched, rattly kind of sound. That's not the truck. It's a window breaker thing I have in the glove box. By the way, the glove box fix, still doing great. No issues over there. By putting those little, I guess, cabinet door cushioners on, it took care of the problem. It's completely fine now. It doesn't bounce or make any weird noise or anything like that. I'm very happy with that fix. Anyway, back to the dash cam. I had somebody leave me a comment on the channel recently that they're having some sort of an issue with their dash cam. I don't know what it is. They didn't really specify. And a heads up, they had mentioned that they apparently tried to go to a dash cam third-party supplier, I guess, that supplies the same dash cam, and they wouldn't cover it under warranty, and nor would I expect them to. I mean, they didn't sell it to you. Why would they eat the cost of the warranty or do anything with paperwork to try to get their money back from the dash cam manufacturer? You have to go to Toyota, the person that you bought the truck from, for that. By the way, if that person is watching, I am interested to know, what is your problem with the dash cam? I mean, does it not work? Does it not take good video? No volume? What is it? And I would caution, you know, before you assume that your camera's not working, you probably ought to work with it a little bit, because as I mentioned, it is, I think, a little bit cumbersome or complicated to try to figure out how to work it. So you might want to spend a little time with the manual or some videos before you waste your time running back to the dealership just to find out you really didn't know how to work it. I'm not saying that's the case with this person. $3.19 a gallon here, by the way. I'm not saying that's the case with this person, but it would have been the case with me if I hadn't spent more time on it in the Tundra. The screen, the radio screen, I know right now it's just whited out for the most part, and that's because you can't have the radio playing while you're on YouTube or you'll get a copyright strike. But it's perfectly fine for the truck. Do I wish I had gone with the bigger one? Yeah, I would like to have the bigger screen, but there's nothing wrong with this one, and it was difficult enough to get this truck when I did because of supply that I certainly wasn't going to let the screen size hold me back. After all, when you're driving the truck, you probably ought to be looking out of the window and not at the screen. But nonetheless, it would have been nice to have the bigger one, I think. It's not really a regret of mine, but it is something that I'd probably go for in the next Tacoma down the road. Which, by the way, we'll finish up here. People are asking me, you know, hey, are you going to get the hybrid? Are you going to get a Pro? First of all, no, I'm not getting a Pro. I wouldn't buy a Pro anyway, because frankly, it's a finished truck. I don't want a finished truck. I want something that I can add my own touches to and do things with, and I'm not going to spend the money on a Pro that's already done and then just replace parts that I've already paid for. As far as any other hybrid, I'm not ruling out that I wouldn't get a hybrid if they make it available in the lower trims other than the Trail Hunter and the Pro. I probably will down the road, but it's going to be a while. I've decided, given pricing, that it's not worth it to me to spend the kind of money that I'm hearing on these trucks. So Toyota would have to offer some sort of an incentive, I guess, for me to be interested in switching out for a hybrid. Who knows? You never know. If sales don't go well, Toyota could certainly do that, which would reduce the price and, in essence, put it more into something that I would be willing to buy. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys, for anybody out there who's waiting on their truck, maybe jonesing to pick up the new one, this is what it's like driving the 2024 Tacoma, the sights and sounds. It's too bad I didn't have field vision just to let you guys know how smooth this truck is, even on this super bouncy road that I'm on right now. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.